the pre-weigh-in. Oats. I always eat the same. Bit of oats with a bit of chocolate muesli from Mercado. 50-50 ratio. And then oat milk. Today I'm gonna first swim. It's a bit harder swim. Actually, I don't know, maybe it's a really hard swim. I didn't look. I never look at my training peaks before, but it's a hard swim. Then an easy 1 hour run over lunch with some strides, and then 90 minutes heat prep on the turbo. That's it. Yeah, the planning for 2025 was an interesting puzzle to make, because I wanted to do T100 and Ironman World Champs in Nice. And obviously after last year in Cozumel, where I had a crash, I still had to qualify, so that meant that I had to do at least another full distance. In some days I'm gonna be on the start line in Ironman South Africa. I think that was the best choice in the end. I will have to do 1 week later T100 in Singapore, which is gonna be very hard to back up a good performance, hopefully from South Africa. I think it was still the best choice, because otherwise I would have to do an Ironman later on, like maybe somewhere in June, which will be a very important period for the T100 series, because in June there's 3 T100 races, and now I'm maybe sacrificing 1 T100 series. I hope that with this schedule I keep both options open. So yeah, we're starting in Ironman South Africa, T100 Singapore. Then I'm gonna go on an altitude camp in Sierra Nevada, Spain, to visit my friends Christian and Gustav. And then in June I'm doing all 3 T100s, San Francisco, Vancouver and Fréjus. Then another training block over the summer in Font-Romeu on altitude again, and hopefully, if I'm qualified, Nice World Champs then. Two grams too much, I'm gonna be flying.
Bakery, like let me get a bankroll. I look good from every single angle. Prophecy to legacy, they gon' remember me. Charged up, I got Super Saiyan energy. Hot like lava, hot like magma, hot like laser beams. Handing L's to these lames, y'all get 8 apiece. I've been putting out that product like it's 8 of me. Need an AMG just to get from A to B. Ay, flow is cold like the Arctic, you gon' need a coat. Ay, making waves with this movement, I might need a boat. Ay, all these trophies in my house, I gotta overflow. Ay, give me money and respect, cause I need both of those. Let's go, they know what the time is. I know what I do is timeless. This year, I'm taking everything and more. This a new wave that nobody's ever seen before.
Was the swim session. In the end it wasn't super hard actually. We did 450s fast and then 4 times 400s built up to like a bit faster than threshold maybe. I think I started at 453 and ended at 435 on the last 400, and yeah, that was it. Decent feeling. Now going home and then we're gonna go for a run. But
it's not looking very good outside, so hopefully not too much rain. Get ready with me for a 1 hour run in the rain. It's 12:30 already. I was actually gonna go at 11:30, but the weather is pretty miserable, so the motivation levels are not very high. Black shirt. Actually, it's not super cold outside, so that's always annoying when it rains and it's not super cold. You don't know what to wear. I try to take the socks with the least amount of white because they're probably gonna be not white enough anymore. Actually, it's quite easy. I pretty much finished the hard block this Monday. I had a really hard and long bike training, so it's Wednesday now, and I'm doing just an easy 1 hour run with 5 times 15 seconds stride to keep the muscles activated, but nothing hard. We got a nice and full shoe rack here, but actually I only use one pair of shoes out of all of them. But this one, they're really dirty now because the trails are crazy. But yeah, I have a lot of shoes, but they're mostly race shoes that I use a lot of different pairs of. And then for the training shoes, I always use the same pair. It's a Vomero 17. It fits me good, and then I'm like, if I find a pair of shoes that I like, I just buy 5 or 6 of the same pair and just keep going with them until I finish them. Getting a podcast on and let's go. We're home. As you can see, it was muddy. But for the run, I don't really care. For the bike, it's I really hate it. Oh yeah, that's done. Now, one more training today, but I'm actually lucky because it's a turbo session. Some heat on the turbo, so it's inside. But that's good because yeah, it's miserable. And actually, it has been miserable for the last more than 2 weeks now already. That pretty much every day it's been pouring rain. I've never had it this bad. Like, I don't know anymore why I moved here. To Girona. I feel like I kind of want a refund. Where's the sun? So let's go for some comfort food to warm up again after that run. Get some lunch in La Comuna. Now we're going for a little nap before the last session of the day, before the heat on the turbo. I'm pretty tired, so Let's do this. It's quite a short workout, so I'm not gonna put too much carbs inside actually. 2 scoops, but there was about 1/3 still in, so that's probably about 75 grams of carbs in this one. And this one I'm actually just gonna take water because the workout is only 1.5 hours, and like for these short workouts, like because I train a lot, I usually take a bit of carbs, but I don't think you should take too much either because I ate before and I'm gonna eat after, so you don't have to eat like too much carbs either. Normally on workouts I go all the way up to like 120, 130. It's because it will get wet, and it's a little bit less cleanup work afterwards. And also like the bike, I don't know, I just don't know, I don't think it's good for the bolts and like all the things that you're like sweating all over your bike every single day. The pre-weigh-in, 69.2. Now let's get dressed. This is Vanessa, she delivering the goods for us so that I have food for the next days. Yeah, now I'm gonna layer up to contain as much heat as possible inside. I use a couple of parameters to kind of see where I am, also the perceived exertion, like how much I feel the heat and how much I'm suffering. And then after those 15-20 minutes, once I'm really warm, I try to just keep at a constant level for a bit over 1 hour to get the heat effect. And the heat effect, it's kind of goes 2 ways. It helps for obviously heat adaptation, so I'm preparing 2 races in way hotter climates than rainy Girona, so South Africa and Singapore. Also, it does have a similar effect than altitude training actually, so it's creating more blood plasma. Altitude training creates more red blood cells. Heat training creates more blood plasma, more volume of blood, which is obviously good for sports, but the whole explanation, that's for the sports scientists. The last layer, in this case it's like a rain jacket. To keep your core really warm, it's best to have the top layer to be something that like contains heat and humidity inside, which a rain jacket or like windproof jackets are perfect for. So a lot of people do a dopamine detox, but me, to survive being on the turbo, I do dopamine maxing. So I take my phone, my laptop and my TV to just maximize my input. we're done for today. Juicy. Moment of truth. It's quite normal actually. So I lost 2.1 kilos and I drank mathematics are hard now, my brain is fried. About 1.5 liter, which means 3.6 liters lost, which is kind of, yeah, you usually lose a little bit. I usually lose a little bit more than 2 liters. The training has finished and I don't like cooking basically, and yeah, we found a good solution for that. So Vanessa, she's not only Glenn's health coach, so she also helps a lot on the field, but she's also a really good chef. You saw her when she came and delivered it, so now it's time to warm it up. Tonight we got lasagna. Yeah, but now that you're judging the tidiness of my house, I'm showing the raw side of being a triathlete. If you have the energy to tidy up your house, you're not training hard enough. Yeah, that's amazing, huh? Very good. Time to clean everything up. That's a laundry machine just from half a day of training. Now it's time to rest and do it all again tomorrow. And the day after. And the day after. And the day after. And the day after.